you, Heather.
Yeah.
I put Doug first because I know you're always nervous. That's the first speech and you can relax afterwards. And Doug's first job was throwing and flinging newspapers at 13 years old. He played as a starting quarterback and a outside linebacker, hello, as a sophomore for his high school football team. He grew up pretty fast, and at 18 he was married with a daughter on the way. At 19 he added a son. Now he has 6 grandchildren ages 11 years old to 6 months old. Doug has been in the building material and manufacturing distribution industry for more than 33 years. He's a master graduate from Rapport Leadership International. He has his 3 favorite activities, more summer activities: windsurfing, snowboarding, we'll take that one out, and mountain biking. Please I'd love to introduce you to Doug Whiting.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, good morning. This morning I would like to present my icebreaker, No Fear. Basically, a brief overview of the events that have structured my life and have basically made me what I am today. In conclusion, I would like... You're laughing. What am I doing? All right, whatever. In my conclusion, I would like to talk a little bit about my go-forward plan from here on. No, really get me on this district. I gotta tell you, that scared the hell out of me, and I ain't scared of nothing. I know Brian's gonna mark me on that for my grammar. But that basically is a quote from my dad. A quote that my dad used on numerous occasions when telling stories to his buddies about some recent event that he had been involved in, maybe coming face to face with a rattlesnake, or finding himself in the path of a stampeding horse, maybe being caught in a line while noodling for catfish, and maybe almost drowning. But as a boy of 5 or 6 or 7, listening to those stories from my dad really resonated with me. And I think the things that I took away from that, number one, I was pretty much in awe. Is my dad really not afraid of anything? That stuck with me. Number two, really never spoken, but implied, son, overcome your fears. Get tough. So, in reality, my dad didn't coin the phrase, no fear, but it was really the same thing. And like I say, that stuck with me from early ages all through my career, as taking on more responsibility, moving to new locations. Don't be afraid, you'll get through it. The other thing that resonates with me from my father was I remember him with his heel in the gravel road out behind our house, drawing a line, and then stepping off 50 or 75 yards, and then, of course, the finish line. And then, he would gather all of the kids of my age, my brother's age. He would stand us on that starting line. On your mark, get set, go! And we'd have to take off. And we'd run like heck, and he would time us. And I would tell you that the conversations that I had with my father after a race that I didn't win resonated with me to the fact that I was pretty sure that winning was important. So two things that really stuck with me, messages from my father as I was growing up. Unfortunately, at 13, my parents divorced, and going forward from there through my junior high and high school years was pretty rough. And as Marcus mentioned, a daughter at 18 and a son at 19, and a family to raise. And at that point in my life, basically just working for wages. I was a production welder, making $3.75 an hour. So anyway, just muddling through life. And basically, I finally at 21, I woke up and I realized there was no opportunity for continued education, and I had to figure something out. Fortunately, 84 Lumber was hiring manager trainees, and so I applied for a position in another town 50 miles away from where I was. Again, overcome fear of moving the family and striking out on my own, and took that position. And I moved into that management training position, and I quickly realized that if you work hard, 80-hour weeks, and you focus, and you learn the business, there's opportunity for advancement. So after 6 months as a trainee, I was promoted to assistant manager, Lawrence, Kansas, 2 hours away. Again, another move, a lot of disruption. 7 months as assistant manager, I was promoted to manager in Wichita. So another move, another 2 hours away. The thing that I took out of that was that the industry had opportunity, but to advance your career, you had to make a relocation. So in my career, I moved 14 times in 33 years, and each of those positions involved more responsibilities and more employees and more locations and bigger responsibilities. And so the thing that I want to convey on that is that there is opportunity, but it does come with a downside. And the downside is, for my regrets, is that you leave a lot of friends behind. As you move to the next location, you kind of quickly get involved in the new thing, and a lot of your old friends are left behind. So anyway, in conclusion, I would tell you that going forward, my plan is to try and work on becoming more of a well-rounded individual and going back and reconnecting with some of those connections that I've left behind, volunteering more, being more involved in this organization, and especially being more involved with my son and his family and the grandkids and my daughter and her family and the grandkids down there. So unfortunately, with all the moves, they're a long way away, so we'll orchestrate to get that done. Toastmasters?
Okay, this is Robin Mead.